Hey, Matt.
It's spaghetti time.
I like it. I like it. I will fight anybody who tells me it's not spaghetti time. Thank you, Matt Bronger.
Matt's. Did you know there's a Matt subreddit?
I believe
glorious.
it. There's probably a Nate subreddit.
It's glorious.
I can imagine.
I just saw it. I was like, gotta follow that. Obligated.
Yeah, of course.
Namesake.
Namesake, have to.
And the one post I looked at was titled "Do I Matter?" But it had Matt.
Matt capitalized.
Yep.
Do I matter? You guys see what I did there? Anyway, what are we doing?
Welcome to the Gamers 2 podcast. Coming to you September 14th, 2018. Brought to you by your hosts, Nate and Matt.
I like it. I don't know when we hired that person to do that, though, but I do like it. I was still just waiting for them at the end to just be like, recorded live in front of
It's 14th.
recorded live in front of a studio audience. Laugh track plays, because we're not funny. Laugh track.
Dude, I can't, I hate laugh tracks.
Oh,
Like
some
at
of them
sitcoms?
are so bad. Makes you hate Friends a lot more.
I never
liked it anyway.
I don't know. I'm just like...
Well, we could probably get into heathenous discussions about the amount of TV that we don't like.
Was there laugh tracks? There was laugh tracks in Home Improvement, right?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I mean, they all say recorded in front of a live studio audience, but you got to guarantee there were laugh tracks.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying when I said laugh tracks, there was audience laughter in the episode.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's all up and around those times.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So this is the Gamers 2. We try to keep it to the gaming stuff, but we never do. So what have you been doing since last Friday?
I played a fucking video game.
Holy shit. Yeah, I can see you're already dying from it. It's like a plague. It's like a disease to you.
If I would have finished it before Friday. I had it would have been finished before Friday, and that was going to be the thing. You're like, I finished the game.
And we can still go with that you finished it.
But
because we haven't made the announcement yet that we're recording a day before. Oh, my bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is the 13th. And it says the 14th. Didn't realize that. So anyways, we were playing Detroit Become Human, and I would have had it done. Okay. I needed one more night. But, you got plans, you got to do your thing, and then I also went out last night, so
it throws wrenches in things.
Yeah, games...
How long do you think it's been taking you? Are we around my number, Mark?
How long did it take you?
I didn't play it, but I was thinking it was probably no more than 10 hours. And I felt like that was generous.
It's been longer than I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I would have to assume that I'm past 10 hours. Okay. Because every night that we've played it, it's been we got home from work, we made dinner,
yep.
and then immediately sit down and I start playing, and it's what I like about the game is the graphics are amazing.
Right.
It's story driven in a way that's Samantha's on the couch with me and she's into it, and we have enough time to where we can scream things at each other real quick, and there's real engagement there.
Do I shoot the infant?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's a gripping game. It's something like that, I know.
It's 15% short of being great.
And
it's frustrating because it's right there. It's edging me.
They're just
it's right there.
It's edging you. Jesus, don't look that
up. The controls are terrible as far as walking around goes. So here's the deal. There's casual and there's experienced, and those are your two options for playing it.
It's still weird to me that there would be a difficulty slider.
Yeah. So I went casual because I wasn't sure what the deal was there.
Yeah.
From what the descriptor they give you is that the controls are different. So I'm not sure if there's a tangible difference there, or if it's just like, oh, quick time events go happen faster.
Yeah, right.
Which they happen pretty damn fast now, and it gets frustrating, but it's manageable. There was something else that was really annoying about it. I can't remember what it was. Oh, the game is presented in such a way that you think you could go back to a previous chapter, change something, and then continue going where you left off, and it would
change for you.
The change would be in the game.
Right.
That's not the case.
Okay, that makes sense. That's what I figured.
So, like, you know, for example, if we're in chapter 10, realize that a character could have done something for me in chapter 10, go back to chapter 2 to change that so that they're in the game again.
Right.
I assume that they would be in there for chapter 10 because that's their next appearance.
Right.
No, like, they don't matter between chapter 2 and 10. I assumed it would just show up automatically.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not the case. You have to play through that entire
with
thing
that
again.
choice, yeah.
Even if it's insignificant. I could understand if it was like a
large one or something.
Yeah.
Pivotal. A pivotal moment, one might say.
So that's unfortunate, but we did go through and change a couple things. I don't know, like, generally I've been really impressed because I kind of thought it was going to be a gimmick.
Okay.
And it's not as gimmicky, nearly as gimmicky as I thought it was going to be. Like, it gives you the flow chart afterwards of all the choices and the different, like, outcomes and stuff. Like, it doesn't.
Oh, okay. It doesn't, like, question.
Unless you unlock it, it doesn't actually tell you what it is. It just shows it up as, like, a locked thing.
Okay.
But, like, the spider web of shit that you can get yourself into is
right.
Like,
immensive.
It is.
That's not a word.
I liked it. I liked it, though. I think we're going to make it a word.
Yeah. Immensive. Immensive? I don't think... I'm 50-50.
I
might lose Scrabble because of that, but I'm not sure.
What else was there about it? I don't know. I like it so far, though. And it has a nice story that's relevant to modern, times.
Yeah, androids and
wanting freedom,
children beating, and yeah,
that's good.
It's everything I remember from the trailer. So
yeah, no, it was definitely like it's better than I thought it was going to be. To sum it up,
well, that's good.
Besides for that, World of Warships.
Okay. Normal.
Couple games here and there. I've been kind of getting down on it because I'm in the subreddit.
I've been getting down with the sickness.
Down as in like feeling down about it.
Oh, negative down.
Because
not like
I've been playing World of Warships for a bit, but
yeah.
But the amount of actual like playtime I have is not up to like other people's standards. Like I played about 500 battles,
which is probably a drop to people's like 2,000.
Yeah, most people don't think you are experienced until you've played 1,000 battles.
Gatekeeping.
It is massive gatekeeping in WoW. Well,
in World of Warships.
Yeah. Sorry, World of Warships can't use that.
Can't be using that acronym. They'll sue your ass,
or you'll just beat me up.
And then sue your ass.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate. I don't think I'm a bad player. It's just hard to it's just irritating to deal with circle jerks.
Well, yeah, and it's the same reason why I joke that I shouldn't be in certain subreddits for certain games, like game specific subreddits. I'm usually there to see like cool glitches and stuff that happen or whatever and funny jokes, but it's also the guys that are so dedicated it's not funny. Like when especially the MLB The Show subreddit, you have all these guys in here that are showing stupid stuff and high rankings and yada yada. I'm like, I'm so casual. I'm not even close to you guys. I'm just here for some of the announcements sometime, and like everything you guys are complaining about, I never see. Like I see some stupid like animations and stuff, but people are like, oh yeah, this such and such, this is cheese in ranked seasons, yada yada. I'm like, I have no idea. I don't care. Like,
yeah, it's like a weird place to be, I feel like.
Yeah.
But then again, like these people, like a game is 15 minutes at least. It could be 20 minutes. Like they're putting in like, hours of gameplay a night, which I don't have that time.
That's the thing. Like those guys on the show are putting in who knows how much time. Like a full 9-inning game could be 45 minutes or more.
Yeah.
And it's like those guys are putting in so much time. And I'm like, I have other stuff I want to play. Like I am essentially the jack of all trades, mantra. I will play everything. Well, I'll try to play everything. I don't succeed by any means, but I play a lot of games, and especially in a variety. Even when I'm in like a WoW binge, I'm still playing other stuff. I'm never just like, that's it. This is the one game I am playing for the next month.
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
A master of some. Changing that slogan.
Yeah, so is that haven't picked up on Bruce Lee yet again. I'm like halfway through it and I need to finish it just to get it out of there. Haven't watched anything either. Our watch time has been taken up by
Detroit. Yeah.
Yep. Solo comes out soon though. So I'm gonna have to actually watch that.
Yeah, it's gonna be one that maybe I'll watch.
I don't know, it's weird. My brother watched it and said he liked it.
Yeah, I know, but your brother's an apologist. I like your brother a lot, but he tried defending 7 to me, and I couldn't give it to him. Or sorry, not 7, 8.
Yeah, Last Jedi.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily. I'm not getting into a Last Jedi movie. We have that podcast up if people really want to have this conversation with us. But
someone had an interesting theory about the Last Jedi the other day
that we know, or
someone we know.
Oh, okay.
And it was an intriguing theory because there was actually some like logic and
some
like there was some like evidence that supportive evidence.
Yeah. Basically, I didn't have an actual problem with the movie. Like I was like, all right, cool, good cinema, like whatever, I'll see Star Wars. But there were just like serious momental flaws throughout it for me and things that don't make sense and yada yada. And he's like, oh no, this. I was just like, I know. Like, trust me, I want to love this, but it's not doing itself any favors.
Yeah. He's a hardcore comic book dude, so it's
right.
It's easy for him to suspend his disbelief.
Yeah, and like I can suspend my disbelief, but then there's just still those fucking moments where I'm like, that no. But yeah, I can suspend it to an extent. I can't get all the way to some people can't like him. Yeah. What was the theory?
The theory was that Rey isn't necessarily super powerful in the Force in herself. She just channels it from other people, and that she's channeling it from Finn. And there's a couple moments in the movie to where like she blatantly becomes stronger when Finn's around. And at the end of The Last Jedi, she like lifts the rocks up.
Right.
And they're just floating there. And then when Finn starts running through them, they all like shoot out from him.
It'd be interesting.
It's an interesting theory.
It definitely has a merit, but it's we're not going to get into the expanded universe talk on this because there's a lot to go on.
It's thin, but there's enough supportive evidence to where it's like, oh, that's interesting.
That is interesting because it also puts her in the Council of 5, where we could have that discussion. Like with not in the council, but like that same like drawing power from yada yada. But that's not we're not going to do that. All right, we're going to get real fucking nerdy.
So what have you been playing other than everything?
Everything's been kind of small actually lately. It's been WoW, obviously. We raided last week. I talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
We completed the raid.
Doing it
on normal. And I have killed one boss on heroic.
Oh.
So we're going through.
Calm down there, killer.
Yeah, the goal is to get to Mythic. I don't know by when. So we'll see. Which I guess technically whatever. It's not out yet, so we gotta get through heroic next. But cool. It was a fun time. We'll see. I don't have anything bad to say about it. Like I didn't run into any problems. Normal went as much as you would, like pretty easy once everybody's geared and everybody kind of gets mechanics down. I think we wiped during the entire raid. I think we wiped, I don't know, maybe 10 times total. Like counting actual, we went into a fight and had to wipe it. Not like we pulled the boss and had to reset it. Maybe 10 to 15 total times of all the bosses, which is pretty good for my standards. And we managed to kill the final boss, which Todd did not in the initial week. They skipped over it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not to say it's not to say that they didn't succeed in killing it. They literally just were like, we've heard it's overtuned. We're not bothering.
Yeah.
We went into it and did it. Granted, it took us a while, but we did do it.
So is gear dropped every boss, I'm assuming?
Gear drops every boss, but the way the loot works now is I believe there's a set amount of items that can drop from a boss based on group size.
So
like at 10 people,
like the number of items,
off the boss is dependent on how many people are in the group with you when you're in there, and then it's randomly selected and just sends the gear to those people. Like if they happen to be the one
selected,
the random number generator favors them, then they get sent the piece of gear, and then they can decide what they want to do with it from there. But
how is WoW's RNG
in terms of loot?
Yeah,
I think pretty good.
I've never seen the complaints.
There's obviously your horror stories where Todd did not have a shield. Like he had a 300 level shield, which is a crafted shield.
Okay.
Drops. So
what are you aiming
heroic
for?
That's what I'm going to get to.
Okay.
So 300 was this crafted one. Heroic instance drops are 325.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, everything has a chance to Warforge, which means it gets random like increase in bonus. So it could be okay. He crafted a 300, but it Warforged, so it was like 310 or something like that.
Yeah.
So heroics were 325 at base, chance to go higher. Mythics were 340, chance to go higher. World quests, heaven forbid they ever had a shield in them. I don't think they ever did. And then raid drops 355.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're really gunning for the raid is to be around 340, or like 330 to 340. And then what you're gunning for after the raid is to hopefully be sitting at 355. You can get 370 and higher pieces now that they've unlocked or opened up some other features.
Yeah.
But that's what he was shooting for until last week on the weekend, maybe. He never got a better shield until right before his second night of raiding.
Okay. But it's not like Destiny broken, where it's like you could run, their version of like a WoW raid like 6 times and never get gear dropped for you. It should not be that bad.
Yeah. There might be a harder chance to get certain gear you're wanting, because stuff might be only available on certain bosses.
Yeah, that's fair though.
So if you're like, there's a chance, a 33% chance that if you get a piece of gear, not that you have a 30% chance to get a piece of gear, just that in that winning, you might have 3 options potentially that you could loot from the boss. So you have a 33% chance of one of those pieces dropping for you, or like if it's really hard math. You have a 1 out of 10 chance to win gear. If you win that roll,
so like the likelihood of you getting the exact piece you want is
pretty good. It's 33%.
Yeah. Okay.
Technically specific to you, not counting the amount of people in the grade.
Mm-hmm.
It would be roughly 33%. So there might be a boss you only have 2 pieces on, then you're 50-50, and you could just be hoping. There's certain things like that. And then there are like mounts and stuff that are rarer rolls than gear is. So like their drop chance might be like 0.1% or something like that. It's just weird stuff. But all in all, it's not that bad. Play a little bit more Graveyard Keeper. Fun still. I don't have any problems with it. I haven't really played enough this week to actually dive into it. There's so much going on in that game, though. Like, you'd think it's simple, but I mean, I gotta take bodies, I gotta harvest their flesh, I gotta dig a grave, I gotta put them in it, I gotta make the grave look good. I gotta chop down trees, gotta build other things, gotta garden. Like, there's so much shit I have to do. It's just
management game.
I gotta sell meat, human meat to other. It's just that's a thing.
Jesus. Promoting cannibalism.
I'm not promoting anything. I am just providing them with something to eat.
Okay.
They're dead. Then I played some. What did I write down? I played some Spider-Man. Spider-Man does what it. And so that was. I don't know. So I think the percentage completion also includes your side stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When I loaded up that downstairs, I was at 25%. So I'm probably somewhere in the 30s now. I feel like I'm moving right along. I don't know how far I am into the campaign. I feel like I'm not really into the campaign, but I've done more side stuff because it's really easy to get distracted in that world.
Okay.
Because if I'm running to an objective for a quest, and I start seeing side stuff, I just, gonna do the side stuff on the way there. But I'm enjoying it. It's not no
what
reason
did we
to.
It was a 30-hour game, 35-hour game.
That's what it was. People were putting up. Yeah, 30 hours. And then the one that's not on the list that I've been playing, A Way Out.
A Way Out with Kenny.
Yep. Because we did the Origin Access premiere.
Oh yeah.
We were like, hey, what do we want to do tonight? Oh yeah, A Way Out's on there. So we played that for a couple hours. Good game. Interesting. It's funny. It's funny if you have the right two people, I think. Like, even you and I would be fine. But, like, you and Sam, I don't think would be fine. Like, I think
be people that are like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, you can do it. Like, there's nothing difficult. I just mean, like, in terms of making certain things hysterical.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Like, he was playing there was a mini game in it to play the banjo.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if it, like, plays like Guitar Hero does or whatever. Because he played it while I was running around the house. And he's just in the room after he did all the stuff, and I'm, like, doing other random things. And he's just playing the banjo in the living room. Just all it is. Because it shows split screen. I still see him playing the banjo on his screen.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there playing the banjo, and I'm, like, doing the dishes and doing this other stuff around the house. And he's just playing the banjo. I'm like, I don't know what the hell we're actually doing here. And then I haven't been reading anything. Oh, the other thing I was playing. So I needed a new phone app, a new game.
You're like a whore with these game apps.
I just want to have something that I can actually, like, kind of catch me. Like, runs well, doesn't take a ton of time, and actually kind of keeps me entertained. Isn't, like, deep.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, as much as I love tower defense games, Bloons was getting pretty bad.
Okay.
It's Adventure Time, which is characters I only know on the surface. Like, I never watched the show. So, like, I know Jake and Princess and all, you know.
Which princess?
Bubblegum? Yeah, Bubblegum. Yeah. I'll get there. So, the rounds were lasting, it was 30 rounds. And they just take too long. There's nothing really challenge, you know. It just wasn't scratching the itch I wanted it to. So I was like, uninstall. We'll look in the App Store, find something else. So I found this game called Baseball 9. Now I assume the 9 is a reference to 9 innings, but I could be wrong. There might be a Baseball 8.
Sounds like a winner.
It looks very much like the Chibi style.
Okay.
But it's actually really good. Like, it runs really, I don't know if it's really good, but it runs really well on my phone. You pitch, you hit, and you have a team, like an ultimate team style, like you're building up a team, yada, yada. And I just hop in, play a game once a day, and call it a day. Like, cool. That's all I want. And it's actually pretty decent. It has you're playing with joysticks on the screen as your touch things.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Guess if it works.
Yeah.
If it works, it works.
I mean, I don't recommend it to anybody.
You'll play it for a week, and then you'll be like,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how I get through it after a week. And then I'm just like, I need something else. And then I didn't read anything, but I was watching baseball, which is not looking too well. Been not watching that. I've been watching football because we're into football season. There's a game on right now that I'm not watching. And then I want you to hold on to your pants, Matt.
Well, they're already off.
That's weird. Because I started watching Rick and Morty.
How many episodes did you get in?
I believe I finished episode 3. Or I was in episode 3. Because I got pulled to WoW stuff, and I couldn't keep that going with also hearing other people talking in my head.
Yeah.
That wasn't jiving well.
It's good. It's good, right? You like it. I know you like it.
So far, so good.
It only gets better.
Yeah, that's the thing is I feel like we're starting easy, and I need to kind of like
you got to get acclimated.
I gotta get there because I'm just kind of like, all right, cool. Like there's a couple funny jokes and like absurdities.
Yeah,
I'm just like, all right, we'll get there. We'll get push. I'm not disliking it, but it's falling prey to the I've heard so much about this.
Yeah,
that it is now like the bar is set.
Yeah,
and we're not there yet. We're only halfway up.
Pew pew.
So there's also I can make a halfway up reference again in a second. Go ahead.
No, the first, if I recall correctly, the first season starts a little slow comparative to the rest of the show. Yeah. See, I watched Rick and Morty weird. The first episode I saw was the Meeseeks episode because someone's like, I need you to watch this. Like, you have to see this.
See, and Todd loves Meeseeks.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm going to hate him because I just get annoyed when Todd is constantly in Discord. I'm just like, I want to murder you. I want to murder you, the character, and everything else about it.
I think you'll appreciate the Meeseeks. I mean, it is annoying when people harp on it. Like, I'm so fucking sick of hearing the Pickle Rick thing.
Oh, yeah. It's that same thing.
But
then again, I feel like it's me with anything. You just get to a certain point, and I'm like, I would rather everybody that says this just died tomorrow, and I wouldn't have to worry about it.
You'll see the Meeseeks, and you'll be like, someone like us has come up with this idea.
Yes. And then, that's been that. The other two-time thing I was going to make a joke is, I don't know if it's a reference to him, but I really hope it is.
In Spider-Man?
Really early on in Spider-Man, Jameson says something, two-time, and I'm swinging through the city, and I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me that Jameson is Doc.
Yeah. I saw that someone posted it on subreddit.
I was like, it was so good, because I just heard two-time, and then he reiterated loudly and angrily, two-time, and I was like, oh, it's him. It's our boy. It's my baby boy. He's all grown up. He's now a Alex Jones reporter on the podcast, Weird Radio Service Network. But Matt, let's talk about what's not coming out. Oh, wait. That's not what this segment is. It's everything that's out right now. See what I did there? I confused myself. Number 1. See, now here's the other thing, too. I got to just pause for a second before I even say number 1. In other podcasts, we tend to not necessarily segue the best and just hard transition.
I mean,
to me, I don't care.
That's just as good.
But sometimes you just got to let people know we're switching to new releases. We're done bullshitting. We're going to move on.
Well, we're done bullshitting.
We're done bullshitting about that segment. It might come up again later.
I think we usually do a pretty good job of getting through new releases without bullshitting.
Oh, through new releases, yeah. But once we hit news headlines, it's all about bullshit all over again. Here we go. New releases. Boundless on the PS4. NBA 2K19 on the PS4, Xbox, PC, and the Switch. NHL 19 on the PS4 and Xbox. Nefarious on the PS4, Switch, and Xbox. Super Street, the game, on PS4 and Xbox. Looks kind of like a Need for Speed type game. V-Rally 4, PS4. Adios, amigos, for Xbox. Oh, soda, man. Construction Simulator 2. 2, Matt. We don't have just one construction simulator.
We can't finish the first one. Did we start? No, that was Bridge Simulator.
Yeah, no. We're building bridges. We're not building construction sites.
Ah.
Let's relax. We don't have those kind of qualifications yet.
I don't know if we have qualifications to build bridges either.
More than construction sites. Construction Simulator 2, PS4 and Xbox. It's also not on PC, so that's kind of a problem, right? Grandpa and the Zombies for Switch. Stay for PS4, Vita, and Switch. Shadow of the Tomb Raider for PS4, Xbox, and PC. Time Carnage for Xbox and Switch. Max the Cat at my leg.
Demanding attention. Human, pet me. I am the master of this situation. Cats. I'm a kitty cat.
Ha! Number 13. He bit my leg. Fishing Sim World for the Xbox. Number 14. Trials Rising closed beta happening for PS4, Xbox, and PC. I understand like the game, but why do you need a beta?
Yeah, there's no multiplayer, right?
There is, but like, why do you like? It's still the same. I don't know. You need a multiplayer or what you need a beta for. Just put out a demo and call it a day. Neon Wall for PS4 and Xbox. The Labo Vehicle Kit. So more cardboard from Nintendo.
Yep.
Trickster VR, a co-op dungeon crawler for PSVR. And a game I'm not going to actually mention. I just want you to see the title and understand why I'm not mentioning it. Do you remember the first one?
I don't.
That was the one with that like long-haired weird dude trying to give advice about like what to do in certain situations. Yeah. Apparently he made a second one, and I am not a fan of the first one, so I'm not calling out the second one. I just find it appalling.
Well, there it is.
You can find it if you know what you're looking for, but I'm not giving you a name.
Jesus. Max is making some funky noises.
Yeah, he's a. It's funny. So early on when we had him, we were always like, he doesn't purr. He doesn't purr. Whenever he nudges is when you really hear it.
Yeah.
So otherwise, it's pretty silent unless you really put your head to him. So that's when you can really hear him. He's like, and you're like, all right, you are actually a normal cat. Well, number one is you. Oh, I mean, I think he is normal to me. All right.
Animals, they're great.
They're the best.
We had to put Milo on medicine again because he gets bacterial infections on his skin because he's like he's a white pit bull, and they're prone to these sort of things. So we have to give him a antibiotic and a steroid, and the steroid has the unfortunate side effect of making them pee a lot. So we came home the other day, and Milo had an accident in the kitchen, which is the second time since I have met Milo. So, 6 years ago? 5-6 years ago? That he's ever had an accident inside a house.
Huh. That's a pretty good record.
It is,
I guess.
But the joke was because we have an old house that's terribly built by someone who didn't know what they were doing. So there's carpet in our kitchen.
That's true.
And we were talking like days beforehand about how we should just rip the carpet up and blah, blah, blah. It's Samantha's dad.
And he went, I got your solution.
Yeah, he's like, let me back you up on this one.
No, they want to remove the carpet. What could I do? I just piss all over it.
I felt so bad, though, because I'm assuming he was probably like...
I know where I need to go out.
Yeah, he was probably like frantic because he's like, I can't hold it in. What do I do?
Don't do it here. Don't do it here. Don't do it here. Don't do it here. I have no choice.
The poor puppy.
Yeah, cha-cha, poor puppy. Buddy, cha-cha, coat puppy. Loves humans. Loves me. I don't know if it's I don't think it's just a me thing, but I always enjoy hanging around with him.
Crazy boy. We should do a pack podcast.
Yeah, we'll just have them put on them. We'll just squeeze them into the mics, and you just hear trills and everything, and then Max will try to kill Milo, and we'll move on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who'd win.
Milo would probably win, but Max would go down fighting and try to just establish dominance early.
That might be what's best, though, if you could just establish dominance, because Milo's just crazy.
I'll just swat him in the face and then stare at him like, you want to try this again? I'm going to swat you again. We're going to do this. He'll be out here in this Kung Fu Panda thing with a diaper on, just like power stancing it on his hind haunches. Anyway.
All right.
I'm leaving it to you.
Well, I don't know what's going on here.
That's literally it. That's like, there's not much more
okay.
Other than
the Overwatch new map.
Because we're in a headlines section, Matt. So that's all you need is headlines.
Yeah. Busan. Is that what it was called? Is that how you pronounce that? Busan?
I like Busan. It's Korean, so I think it's like a Busan.
Busan.
Yeah.
Officially live. And that was
that's
Divas.
Yes, good job.
I got it.
I'm proud.
I got it, kids.
I is proud of you.
I'm one of you.
I got that Overwatch thing. This one is why I left you with
Overwatch,
one.
Don't you?
Yeah, I have Overwatch.
Do you play it still, ever?
I haven't in a while. Mostly because a lot of the guys that I would play with don't that much anymore.
Yeah.
I still hop in. I haven't hopped in a long time. I say I still hop in. I haven't hopped in a long time, but I would still hop in back then and just kind of do like a couple solo games and then leave. Like I'll play one or two and then get out.
Yeah.
Number 2, the Blackout Call of Duty Black Ops not Survival. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Battle Royale mode Blackout beta is currently live.
It's a lot of bees.
And then I wrote, ha ha ha, it beat Fortnite for a moment on Twitch. So when it first launched, obviously everybody's streaming it. So yes, no shit, it's going to take over. But
I heard it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard like a couple complaints like mechanic wise, but everybody else has been raving pretty much about it.
And then they screenshotted it with them in number 1. League, I think, was in 2 and Fortnite was in 3. And I believe they tweeted it with the caption, "Feels good to be back on top," or something like that. And my immediate thought is,
Bad move.
My immediate thought is, for now. So I don't.
It's too soon to be throwing that type of
Yeah.
shade.
You're in a beta, buddy, and you got Red Dead coming up. Red Dead will unseat you, and I only hope Rockstar has the balls to then take that screenshot and go,
Suck it.
"Man, how's it feel to not be on top?" Or like, I hope anybody just anytime they're not at the top just starts screen capping it wherever they are in the list and sending it to them every day. Just like, you're not in top. You're not in the top. You're not.
It probably will become like a thing. Like a meme.
A solid
of
meme.
sorts.
Feels good to not be where I thought I was. I don't have any problems with the game. Like, cool. We'll see what happens with it. My thing is, I think people are just forgetting that it's a $60 Battle Royale mode. Because it's Black Ops. It's a $60 one. And it's not a free-to-play. It's not a $29.99 PUBG, which is still, like, as much as I shit on PUBG, still is pushing 1 million concurrent players, roughly. And it's still being updated. Maybe not the right updates, but it's still being updated. The thing with Call of Duty is most Call of Duties lately, I feel like, have about a 3 to 4 month window and then are burned. Not burned, like the hardcore community is still there, but like the majority of us have gone to other things. Whether that's going to be Red Dead, Fallout, Anthem, Division, Nintendo stuff, yada yada, all this stuff coming up this year. It is kind of, I'm really interested to see what Activision is going to do with it, because Call of Duty is a serialized game.
Yeah.
So do you say Battle Royale here, and then the next game, whether I think it's supposed to be Modern Warfare 4, that has its own Battle Royale? Do you split it off and try to have like a standalone thing that's a free to play, that's a purchase thing? You know, like,
It doesn't
I'm really
mesh well
curious
with
to see what they're going to do, because it's not in their wheelhouse to not do that. So we'll see.
It definitely doesn't mesh well with the concept of Battle Royale and what we know of it, like
Right.
the Fortnites and stuff, where it's like it's a game that's continuous for all of time, essentially. Like, how are they going to monetize that?
Skins, loot boxes. Belgium thinks we're criminals, loot boxes. Anyway.
Oh, that's what we forgot. That's what
Trust me, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, so Apple came out with new phones. There's an Apple Watch update. We'll do the Apple Watch update real quick. So the Apple Watch Series 4, it's going to have a larger display, and it's going to be able to read EKG, which I feel is weird. I don't know how that's relevant, but those are the big updates. I don't know the rest. I don't really care. What else was there? The new iPhones were the big thing. So there's 3 new phones coming out. There is the
This is my favorite part, by the way.
Yeah, so we'll start off with so they're releasing in September the iPhone XS and the XS Max, which is essentially
Are you telling me it's the extra small, Matt?
excuse me.
Throw right into the mic.
I did it over here a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Chicken parm sub. It was good. Could have used some more cheese though. A little bit.
Yeah,
more cheese.
no, I definitely could have used more cheese, less sauce.
Yeah.
Not that the sauce was bad. I just feel like a little bit less sauce, more cheese. But give me that
good
string,
consistency.
like a mott stick kind of.
Yeah. Anyways, iPhones. So the XS is replacing the iPhone 8, and it's 5.8 inch screen, OLED screen. It's both of them. The Max and the regular sized one have 458 pixels per inch. They're both OLED screens. They're both IP68 certified. The pricing is the interesting part.
I'm gonna say I'm a nerd, so like I get all that, but let's boil it down to the problem.
Okay, so it's got all the updates that you would assume come with an iPhone. The issue is,
which is a whole lot of nothing. Am I right, folks? Haha.
I'm gonna ignore that.
Folks, hello. Is my mic turned off? Hello.
So
a lot of beautiful people out here tonight.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm playing the Titanic cruise ship as we're going down. Just pointed nobody. Anyway. I'm just derailing you. The pricing is a problem.
Yeah, so the iPhone 10 came out last year, and it was $1,000, and everyone's like, $1,000, which is totally...
I mean, I feel it sounds justified.
Yeah, it's totally justified.
They might not be coherent enough to talk, but it sounds justified.
And Apple was like, oh, it's a premium model. That's why it costs so much. Well...
Which I feel like Apple says that about any one of their products. But continue.
Well, the iPhone XS is going to be $1,000 for the lowest model. So 64 gigs.
But Matt, is that a premium model?
That's their regular model.
So they bamboozled me.
I'm just going to run through the prices real quick. I forgot to... Oh, here we go. We'll just chart it up.
I say you put a link in that said chart, so...
I did, for ease of use. But the XS is $1,000. It's $1,150 for the 128 model, $1,350 for the 256 model.
Holy shit!
Yep. The Max is I think $50 more at every price point for the larger screen. And then they came out with a budget model, which is called the XR. It has an LCD screen, 358 pixels per inch. So lower density.
About 100.
Yep. Same processor. Same camera sensor. But the other two
down.
Yeah, the other two phones have two lenses, like two cameras technically, the telephoto and the wide angle.
Yep.
The XR just has the one. That one starts at $750.
Budget models
is still $50 more than the iPhone 8.
And almost every other phone except for a couple on the market.
So yeah, there you go. That's
cool.
That's what you got.
Sounds like a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, their whole explanation was, we designed the phones to last 4 to 5 years, so you're paying $1,000 every 4 to 5 years instead of $600-700 every 2 years. But whether that is the case, we won't know until
fair enough.
We're out there.
We out here doing it live.
And that's, folks, how you become the first $1 trillion company.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Number 4. Moving away from Ponzi schemes. Number 4. Pokemon Go has made submissions for Pokestops live in certain regions, with more of them to follow. More regions, that is. I think it's only live in like Brazil, Korea, and a couple others. And then my favorite line, and this is not from Pokemon, it's from me. As per no shit, no putting them in adult places. So no strip clubs, gun ranges, stuff like that. Obviously, private properties off limits.
It's no fun.
Burial grounds. Yada, 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 yada. Copyrighted stuff.
They have Pokestops at cemeteries.
Yeah, I think they're changing that, or they mean like protected ones.
Oh.
Because you have to submit them, and then they have to approve them. So I'm sure they're kind of scrubbing stuff more now.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
I just thought it was interesting that they had, we need to specify to not put them in adult places. Listen, adults play too. Can't I just slide my credit card through a stripper's ass crack and then catch a Pidgey? Like, why is that so hard?
You're going to catch something, all right.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to catch titties and Pidgey. Pidge titties. I don't know. It's a weird Pokemon.
I'm not going to run with that.
I mean, we could. Mewtwo with a giant rack. Anyway. Got that ass, though.
Wolfenstein 3 is in
Thank
production.
You.
Pete Hines said, at the end of the day, Wolfenstein did well for us. Because we're about to do 2 more Wolfenstein games. Could it have done better? Sure. Absolutely, we're making Wolfenstein 3. They said on stage that they're taking a break from the larger story to do this, but we all have to see how that ends.
Cool. Who doesn't love Wolfenstein? Am I right?
A bunch of losers don't like
A
Wolfenstein.
bunch of right-wing supporters. Not doing it. Not saying it. Staying away from it.
All right, politics right now. It's primary day.
You know what we should speak about? Not on this, because I don't want to get death threats.
I like death
But
threats.
certain Reddit subreddits have been disappearing.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, and that specifically is down the road. We will talk after.
Oh, boy. Wait,
Yes.
I saw that.
Yeah, I didn't notice what it was until I was driving back today after reading about that, and I went, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me!"
I saw it last week driving up, and I was like, yeah, that figures. Like,
Yeah, especially with what that house. I don't know who lives there, but yeah.
okay.
Anyway, number 6 is a quick one, and I'll take 7 too, just to make up for it. Number 6, Battlefield 1 and 4 apparently have a premium pass that's free until September 18th.
All platforms besides for the ones that don't have the game. Go grab
Good
it.
call.
Go grab it.
I love the idea they would have the premium pass on Switch and you can't get the game.
It's free infinitely.
Yeah, once you get it, you're free.
Yes.
You just have to make sure you get it.
Yes.
Number 7,
Yes.
the big one.
Yes.
Big honker. There was a Nintendo Direct yesterday. See what I'm doing there? I'm trying not to mirage them into thinking it's a wrong day. There was a shit ton of stuff shown, so I am literally going to buzz you through some highlights. We'll talk about some stuff in depth, but mostly just highlights. Animal Crossing is making its way to the Switch officially in 2019. Isabelle from Animal Crossing is going to be coming to Smash as a fighter. I think. She's coming to Smash. I can't remember if she was a fighter or the other
Isabel's
thing.
coming to get smashed.
I didn't say that.
This podcast is mature rated.
This podcast is brought to you by Pedophilia Anonymous.
Who's Isabel?
I don't know.
Okay.
One of the characters in the game. I haven't played the game since GameCube, man. I have no idea. I cheated the entire time. I was entering cheat codes. I was, a dirty boy. I had to get all those coins to get filthy Tom Nook and his Walmart Corporation out of my town. Anyway, they talked about the online service, which is coming on September 18th. It's going to have online play, the NES online collection there, cloud data saves, smartphone app, which we all don't want, and they're going to have special offers. I assume the same way that Xbox Gold and PlayStation Plus have them. If you're a subscribing member, you get deals on certain things from time to time.
Are we still doing voice chat through the app?
I believe that's why they have the app. Or just chat in general, I think.
Okay.
In terms of things Nate's excited for, he's not going to try to hit his mic again. In terms of things he's excited for from the Direct, Luigi's Mansion 3 for Switch in 2019. Game Freak is making a new RPG. I believe currently with a working title called Town. Game Freak has Pokemon acclaim to them. Take a guess what Town looks like. Hint, it takes place in a town and everything was fine until monsters showed up. That's all I'm saying. Looks more like a kind of, not completely Dragon Quest arty, but like in a middle ground between the two. I don't know, we'll see. I'm intrigued just to see how it is, knowing what they've done before. City Skylines is making its way to Switch. Civ 6 is making its way to Switch. Tabletop games are going to be coming to Switch via Asmodee.
I don't know what that means.
Asmodee is a company that I don't know if they create board games or if they just work on the ports of board games to video style.
Okay.
But like Carcassonne and a bunch of other like board games. I saw Munchkin on the list and like other ones that they are bringing over to be able to be played on the Switch. So that's pretty cool. Works for the the whole traveling with it thing. Mario Tennis is getting new characters, new shots, new swing mechanic, a party pack, and it's coming. Yeah, I need a break there. And it will have a bundle that will be on sale. So Switch plus Mario Tennis and 1-2 Switch. They'll be out later this year. So Switch plus 2 games, cool. Mega Man 11th. Mega Man 11 will be coming out on October 2nd. There's Capcom beat 'em up games. They were a segment in there. Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is going to come to Switch on January 11th, 2019. That's the Wii U Super Mario game. I'm actually pretty excited about that. I didn't play it on Wii U, but I know it was a good game. There was more Pokemon news. I literally just wrote that because there was more stuff talking about the ones coming in, talking only about the Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, not the other one we know is in the works.
There's like too many Pokemon games going on.
That was one of the ones I was debating downloading for my phone, was that Pokemon fucking Cube dumb one.
Okay, yeah, okay. I know.
And I looked through that one and I was just like, this does not look like what I want right now. No. I didn't even want to try it. I mean, that's just, whew. Diablo 3 is coming to the Switch on November 2nd. Mario Party showed off that it had 80, count them 80, new mini games.
Jesus.
I also wrote City Skylines again. Because not only is it coming to the Switch, it's out right now. I must have jotted it down being like, oh, okay, it's just coming to Switch. And then I clicked on the link at the same time. Yoshi's Crafted World is out in spring 2019 for the Switch. There's a bunch of new dates. Their list was like 45 things long for the rest of 2018.
Dude, it's getting obscene with a Nintendo Switch, the amount of shit that's coming out. Obscene.
And a bunch. Some of them were the board games from Asmodee. Other ones are just like, oh, FIFA's coming out later. They were just breaking down all the release dates for basically the rest of 2018. Warframe is going to be making its way to Switch on November 20th. There are also now NES controllers announced for Switch. You need an online membership to buy them. You can only buy one of them per account. They are wireless. They will ship in December, and they can be they can be attached like Joy-Cons to the side of the Switch in order to charge them. I might jam to that. There's a solid chance I jam to that.
They actually look pretty cool.
And there was 3DS news, and that's all I wrote, because if we haven't moved away from the 3DS yet, you a casual gamer, son.
Do you think they're going to just stop with the 3DS at some point?
So there were, in terms of real breakdowns, there were only, from Nintendo themselves on their breakdown, there were only 4 stories highlighted under the 3DS. One of them was a new game, one of them might have been an addition to a game, and the other 2 might have been ports. So it's kind of hard to... Mm-hmm. I feel like they're getting there. I still think maybe it won't be until the last Direct in 2019 when we kind of don't hear about that again.
What if they sold a version of the Switch that was meant to be just handheld, but it could play Switch games?
We've talked about this.
Have we?
Yeah. I think we talked... Well, maybe we didn't, but I've heard stuff like that where what if it was just a portable version? Or what if there was just a dock version? Mm-hmm. What if they came out with an extra large version?
Yeah.
What if they came out with, the portable version would, in theory, be smaller?
Mm-hmm.
That's the consensus going around is if you wanted it to be just portable, why not just make it smaller? Otherwise, you can just buy this and make it purposely portable.
I'm not saying they should get into the weeds with the different SKUs, but
they love doing that.
That's true.
Let's see. 3DS and 2DS alone have 6 SKUs. At least that I can think of off the top of my head.
So many.
Yeah. Nightmarish. Nightmare. But yeah, so a lot of stuff for Nintendo. And I think they came out at a perfect time. They let Spider-Man take its course. They delayed this Direct. They let Spider-Man go.
Well, I don't know if they delayed it for
I don't think they delayed it for Spider-Man, but I mean in terms of there was nothing really happening this week. Blackout's happening, which is it's still big.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they had another good, hey, we're still coming. Be ready. You got less than a month to prepare for Mario Party. So you better get your Joy-Cons charged, because we're going hard in October.
Jesus.
Shigeru Miyamoto came out and just kicked a guy off the stage. It was nuts. Never understood. I don't know why Sparta kicked Reggie Fils-Aimé off the stage.
That'd be great.
That'd be hysterical. This is Dark Souls, and then just punches him off, and they finally announced the remaster. I think it's out now or whatever. Who cares? Whatever number we're on, continue.
Number 8. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey Season Pass is going to include Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered, which is the American Revolution one.
Yes, where you play as Connor, who is the bastard son of a Templar, and yada, yada, yada.
Blah, blah, blah. That game. That's the one that broke me.
Really? Yeah. I enjoyed it.
I still play Black Flag, but for whatever reason...
I can understand why that one was annoying, because there were a lot of weird running sequences. And like weird places where it would get caught.
Yes, and that's the thing that annoys me the most about the old style Assassin's Creed games, because the new one's not bad.
Yeah, there was just nothing funnier to me though than running around and whipping a tomahawk at somebody from like nowhere near a range that makes sense.
I don't even think I ever got to the point where I got a tomahawk.
I was just like woohoo,
because I was like trying to run through the woods, and it was like not working.
Running through the woods was hard, especially when they would that was, I don't remember if it was that one or if they introduced it before. The rope dagger that you would throw, and you could run somebody over the branch of the tree with it. Mm-hmm. So you'd be like sneaking through the woods and see British shoulders. So yeah, enemies, and you throw like a rope dagger and you pull them up. Essentially, that's how you like killed them. But I just like I'm never gonna use this. I'm either gonna run across the trees, the tops of them, because you could see the same way kind of in Origins where there's the branches that are clear like running paths.
Yeah,
and you would do that. I was like, I'm either going to leap off and kill him, or I'm going to be in the bush behind him and stab him anyway. I don't like.
Yeah,
I get the idea. I appreciate the mechanic, but like, I ain't going to do it. I ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's a bold move to put a whole game in the season pass. Like,
yeah, but it's not like they haven't done it in the season pass. Yes, but I believe they were doing before where wasn't it if you pre-ordered Origins, you got Syndicate? Or was it if you pre-ordered Syndicate, you got Unity?
Yeah,
there was something like that. One. So it's like, yeah, that's even more. That's saying if you pre-order the game, you get the whole thing.
I feel like, though, like the length that we've heard Odyssey is and stuff like that.
That's the part which is weird. But I'm wondering if you buy the season pass now, you know what I mean? Like if the season pass is part of your purchase at launch, like, okay, so Odyssey comes out in 2 months, but if you bought it all right now, then you could still play this going into it. But I feel like 3 is such a weird one to do.
It is a weird one.
In relation to Odyssey. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Maybe I'm
still excited for Odyssey because I just like Assassin's Creed, but I still wanted them to take a year off because I don't have till 2039 to finish this game with all these other ones coming out around the same time. I gotta play Red Dead. It's gonna be a hell of a time from.
What am I gonna do?
Basically, from October to June is gonna be hell.
What am I gonna do?
It's gonna be like the greatest hell I could imagine.
I'm so bad at
I know. Listen, we have options. We have room. This side is gonna be taken for the.
You want to lock me in this room and make me play games? Is that?
Do you realize how entertaining that would be?
Sicko.
We've done it before.
Wow, you have to tell the public about that.
Listen, they already know about it. We locked another person in with us.
Fallout 76 is coming out too.
Boom. We put our.
We need a whiteboard in here so we can list out all the games coming out.
Over there. I'm not saying it's over there, but I'm saying like that's where we should put one. That's where I've wanted to put one for a while. Put it on like the monthly one, and then just jot in the games that we know are coming out that we actually are worried about.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of what we shouldn't be speaking of, because we need to get through these news stories, and there's 2 more left. Here's my thought. Right? Picture this. Picture this, Matt. Picture this. This section.
Yes.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
TV stand. TV.
Yes. TV.
Or so. Who cares? Like whatever we want. TV, probably a small TV stand. There's power and stuff behind it. It's perfect. That is where we have our seating section. I say seating section. I mean like that's where our high top is with our
where the audience sits.
No, that's where that's where our live studio audience sits. No, that's where we have the high top and stuff like that.
Okay.
That would be where we would actually do the recording. I'd slide that poster over so it was actually in between us in the middle. Yada yada. Do that stuff. Take that. We can do that right there. Wedge the shot in. Mm-hmm. I kind of sit to the side so I don't look as fat.
I think we should tuck ourselves into the closet.
I feel like we'd really have an echo. Otherwise, yes, I agree.
I mean, I wasn't being serious. We'd fit,
or we could put the TV in there.
That might work, actually.
And run the cables from there.
Mm-hmm.
So thoughts there. And then if it was, I like where your head's at. Actually, I really do like where your head's at. We put the TV in there on the TV stand, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. I still have the love seat out in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Couch went to the sister. You were there for that. That couch ain't coming back. It's gone. So
good riddance.
Yeah. So we grab the love seat and put that in here.
Mm-hmm.
And then whenever we want to play, anything like couch-wise, we just turn the love seat.
Oh, it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Boom. Now you have a place to play. I have a place to play with you.
It's a good idea. We'll have to hash that out. Sorry for all the people that have no idea.
In case anybody's really curious, it's about a 4-foot square room, and we're going to put a lot of shit in it.
I wouldn't say it's that.
No, it's way bigger than the 4-foot square room. It's oh boy, what did I measure it at?
8?
That desk is, what was that, 7 or 8?
Oh, I don't know. I'd say the desk's probably 7.
Okay, so it's taller than I am, so we'll say 7.
So it's probably 10.
That's probably 10 by 16. No, you can't fit 2 desks. Yes.
I'd say 12.
No. I think it's longer than that because how deep this actually is.
Oh, if you include that, then yeah.
Yeah, if I include that. Otherwise, I'll give you 12. I'll give you 16 otherwise. We'll call it a day. Thanks for knowing Nate's room dimensions. And number 9. Number 9. According to the Hollywood Reporter. Reputable magazine. Reputable. Henry Cavill. I get caught up sometimes. I catch myself saying Cavill. I just gotta be. Mm-hmm. Henry Cavill is leaving the DC universe and will no longer play Superman. Apparently, Warner Bros. Has shifted its focus to a Supergirl movie, which will be an origin story featuring a teen superheroine. Yeah. End quote. I don't know why Henry Cavill can't play a Supergirl. What is this? Not 2018?
I know.
Anyway.
Come on now.
The article also mentions that Ben Affleck is probably leaving his role as Batman, but this hasn't been confirmed yet. Now I will say this. Did you see...
actually, neither of them I think have been officially confirmed. But...
No, but I believe Henry has a picture on Twitter that is kind of damning. Did you see who was rumored at that point to take over for Henry? And did you see the person rumored to take over for Ben?
The person I saw rumored to take over for Superman,
yes,
was Michael B. Jordan.
Yes.
I did not see who was rumored for Batman.
Only because he was, I say rumored, he was asked about in an interview and said he wanted to do it. Jon Hamm.
The most, cliche Bruce Wayne I think I've ever seen.
Clooney wasn't cliche?
Clooney was, I guess, but he still didn't have the
jawline?
The jawline, square jaw,
He doesn't have that body.
Yeah.
That,
For some reason, that makes me think of, Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah. With, Kevin Conroy's voice.
Yeah.
I actually like both those ideas.
I do too.
It's the Michael B. Jordan one. I would have to actually see it more in costume or in that universe, only because everybody's screenshot from him is a Killmonger.
Yeah,
and there are shots of him out just in public in suits and stuff like that, kind of reporter clothing that Superman would have on when he's not in his costume. But Jon Hamm walks around in suits, which is literally Bruce Wayne's attire.
Yeah.
So it's easy to see that transition. It's harder. It's the question then of how does he look in the cowl and stuff. But I think he could play Bruce just being him. It's just how does he look as a Batman?
Yeah.
That's the part that always scares me is what suit do you give him? Do you give him the Batman v Superman suit, which is not pretty to look at? Do you give him the Dark Knight suit in which he looks like pretty much a badass?
Listen,
do you give him Clooney's suit in which he looks like a joke?
Batman Beyond suit.
Oh God. Actually, if they continue down this whole path, right? Kind of where they're going with the Teen Titan one with Robin's suit.
Yeah,
I would hope they would go that way with the next suit, the dark, gritty, or they just go hysterical and they make it basically like a leather suit and spandex, and he's just out there look at my tight ass. And you're that's not how you fight crime, Batman. But okay.
I think the more interesting part of the story is the fact that Warner Bros. Is reportedly going towards Supergirl and a teen thing.
I think it's funny when don't they also doesn't CW already have the show?
Yeah. I don't
So
know how
now
the rights
you're
work with those, but I think that's the thing is I'm betting they're seeing how successful CW's been with their
Is it
team
successful?
focused.
I don't know what their actual. I don't know what the ratings
I don't
are.
know either.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just assuming it is because they've done how many?
They've done multiple seasons and stuff, and they have the
how many seasons of like all those shows?
Yeah, and they have the intertwined episodes and stuff like that. So I don't think it's a bad move. I just think it's an interesting move.
Yeah,
because is he leaving? Did they out him? You know, did they say we're not going to make another Superman one?
I had to. All right, I'm going to throw my opinion in here.
I can't wait because that's what this entire fucking show is. None of this is actual news. We just threw shit at the wall.
Having seen like the movies that Henry Cavill has done recently and like what he's been announced to be doing and all that, like I feel like he probably was like, yeah, I don't want any more. I don't want any more of this. Like it's not going.
I feel like because what's his newest one coming out? It's not Mission Impossible. It's something else. We talked about it before. Of Mission Impossible fame and Superman is now doing something else.
Oh, it's The Witcher.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? So he gets pinned as The Witcher. So we're like, okay, who knows how long that could take to film and everything like that?
Yeah,
could take a while. So maybe they also said like we don't want to deal with you going, yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like who knows? Maybe after Batman v Superman and then into Mission Impossible. I feel I don't know his entire body of work, but he got the dark side taste.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, it's fun playing overpowered good boy, but I really want to fuck some people up and like battle scar myself.
The other one that people always mention about Henry Cavill as being like a really good movie for him was Uncle.
Yeah,
Man from Uncle.
Yeah, the Man from Uncle.
What if he is going to be James Bond?
What if Idris Elba's James Bond?
I would like that, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm fine with either of them. Speaking of news, things we don't have in here before I read the last one, before Matt reads the last one, there is Forza 4 Horizon James Bond DLC.
Mm-hmm. Did not know that.
That saw it the other day. I think it puts the stereotypical white 4-door Bond car in.
No DB5?
It might be the DB5, but it's not. It's a classic.
Okay.
It's not the newer Astons or anything.
Okay.
It might not be a 4-door, but it's that white topped.
White topped?
No, white car.
Okay.
Dome topped.
I don't know what's white.
Wings for the lights. Like not like flared like the Corvette or the whatever wings, but you know what I mean.
We'll have to look because I don't know.
I could just be describing.
Oh, the car that goes underwater.
Yeah, like the JB700 or something. Like not like the one that's in.
I know what you're talking about now.
The one that they put in GTA. That's
it's a
like
Roger Moore car, I think.
Yes, that's used in like a lot of the promo shoots for the 50th or 25th anniversary ones.
Yeah.
The one that was in GTA, that's like the JBL 700 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's got the guns in the front and stuff like. I think it's like that.
I don't know. We'll have to look at it.
Yeah, we'll take a look.
I'm not sure now.
Now I could just be completely wrong. It's a Fiat 500.
I'd take a Fiat 500.
I would take a Fiat 500 and then I would flip it over just to see if I could.
Number 10. Not finishing with a bang. Definitely a boring story. Sony has released a 6.0 firmware update for the PlayStation, but it doesn't seem to actually contain any new features.
Great. I'm so happy I updated it earlier.
PS4 users seem pretty irritated with the fact that the update is the normal stability improvements and have attributed it to Sony wanting to hit 6.0 firmware before Nintendo. Switch's 6.0 update is scheduled for September 18th.
I really want to have a 6.0 firmware before they have a 6.0 firmware, and I also don't want to play with those fucking children. said some CEO of Sony.
I thought it
What's that? They want cross-platform? I want to hit a firmware patch before they do. Fuck them. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a toddler in a boardroom that just has a picture of the Nintendo like cast of characters. Like it's the whole word written that says Nintendo, right? Big poster, wide poster, and it's all the characters like around the word. Like you've seen these ones before, and it's on like the wall of a boardroom.
and he sits not at the end of the table because that would imply that he's looking at the door, but on the side of the table, and just has a line of darts in front of him, and just during meetings is just whipping things at the Nintendo board, just like yeah, what's that? Crossplay with Nintendo, and grabs another dart and whips it through Mario's eye. And he's like, that right there, no. Unless I can do this the entire time, no. Whips another one, hits Peach right in the. So,
I don't know. Sony being weird.
Yeah, it's whatever. I was wondering what the update was because when I turned it on, I was in my YouTube app still, and it's like you must be signed in to use. I was like, I wasn't signed in, and then all of a sudden it's like system update 6.0, and I'm like, okay, unless you actually do something, and then it turns back on. There's nothing looks like any different. I'm like, solid system update. A lot of fun.
Seemed like people were just pissed because they didn't give them name changes again.
Well, yeah, that's every update. Can you just go ahead and click that link there, Matt? Because I want you to look at these.
Are we
bundling? We are moving into the deals section. That is not me playing Simple Jack. That is me doing a announcer. Deals.
Did you see the Windows 10 thing?
No.
So Microsoft is adding in a disclaimer basically telling people not to use Firefox or Chrome, and that Windows
Edge is
the better choice for Windows 10.
Cool, except that there's so much browser fighting going on right now.
I know.
Mozilla's like suing people because they're Google's slowing down YouTube on Firefox reportedly and all this other stuff, and they're like, you can't. Like, FCC said no net neutrality. Suck it.
I'm like kind of glad though, because I thought I was crazy when I was like, oh, this is just feels slower. Like,
yeah, I use Chrome majority, but I switch over to Firefox every now and then for some stuff.
I was doing the document last week. I think it was last week, and so I had I
can say I never use Edge.
I had I don't know, probably 10, somewhere between 10 and 15 tabs open.
How bad was your RAM?
And I left the computer on overnight in that condition because I stopped halfway through doing it, and I was like, I'm just gonna go to bed and I'll do this rest sometime later. It used 8 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
8 gigs of RAM.
There was
no it was just web pages. It wasn't YouTube links or anything like that. It was literally just web pages.
There's a solid meme on subreddit that was discussing Chrome just eating RAM.
Yeah.
But Chrome's not the only one. Mozilla also eats RAM, but Chrome abuses RAM for no reason. And I'm like, you are running a web browser. What the fuck are you doing? I can run games and use less RAM than you.
It makes me
angry.
It makes me curious because it's Google.
Yeah, how much data tracking you doing, Google? Huh?
Yeah, you know better.
You think I can't? You think I can't see what you're doing? You think I don't see the numbers? I see those ones and zeros.
Google's like, haha, you can't live without us.
Yeah, I'm like, watch me uninstall you. I don't give a shit.
All right, what am I clicking on?
I'll watch YouTube on my phone. I don't give a shit.
Summer sale, Encore. What am I looking at here?
Where did that link take you?
Just the Humble Bundle front page.
No. Did you click on the one that said click?
No.
Okay, go back and click on that one. Sorry, not the big long link. The one that said click because I shortened it because it was way longer than it should have been.
Instructions.
I'm just trying to save you some money, Matthew, because normally when we call out Humble Bundle, we call it the monthly deal, which, as we all know, is Overwatch right now as the guarantee, and there will be more when the bundle actually comes out in October. So make sure you buy that bundle now if you want Overwatch for $12. Solid time. But there is also a book bundle called the Trivia Champion.
This is going to be a good one.
Which has some really weird titles in it that I thought Matt would take a look at and call out for you.
Pay $1 or more.
$1.
You'll get these books. Do I want to go through all of them?
I mean, you pick and choose as you must.
All right. So Greek mythology explained.
I mean, listen, you got a trivia category on Greek mythology. Boom, answers. There it is. Look at that go.
The Underachievers Manifesto.
You got a trivia challenge on underachievers and their manifestos. Trivia, done. I don't really think that's what it's about, but I mean,
Crap dates. Disastrous encounters from single life.
I could just write the book.
I love that shit. That's why I follow Tinder.
r/Tinder?
Yeah.
Yeah. r/Tinder is never crap. It's usually nothing but solid gold.
I know. It's so great, though.
Have you seen the Shark Attack one?
I'm not going to say it on here, but I will discuss. It's the opening line. Hey, do you want to play Shark Attack?
I feel like I have, but I can't remember what it is. It hurts. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And there was a good follow-up to that in a response one earlier today.
Oh, they're so good. Like the bread thing going around right now. Like, do you like bread? It's just like, that's like, I don't know. It's just like a...
Yeah, I saw the Do You Like Bread one, but there was no... I think it was just like another 3 questions.
Yeah, it's supposed
to
be
like, do you like bread? And they're like, I guess so. And you're like, so do you something? And like, I guess so. They're like, okay, cool. So can I have your number? Like, yeah, I guess so. And they give them their number. I'm like, I don't understand.
Maybe you should try it.
Don't give me that stuff.
All right. So in the $8 tier, here's a couple of the books. How to Drive. Should hand that out to people. Why Boys Need Parents. I don't know what that is.
That's telling you why you needed parents. And it's not just because you need to exist.
Anime Impact. The movies and shows that changed the world of Japanese animation. Let's see here. $15 tier. I've seen that book before. Bitcoins and Blockchains. The basics of Bitcoins and Blockchains.
And the waste they are. Sorry, I had to get back in there for that joke. I say waste. It's just now it's so hard you can't actually get anything.
Films from the Future. The Planets. Creative Block. Get unstuck and discover new ideas, advice, and projects from 50 successful artists.
50 whole artists.
This is kind of curious. Like,
it's a really.
I wish there was something like this for physical books because, like, these would all make like really interesting, like coffee table books or something.
Yeah, I feel like if I owned a business that had a lobby,
yeah,
I'd have a lot of this shit just sitting in it. I also, jokingly though, so I was upstairs cleaning a little bit last weekend.
I don't know how you do that.
I was sick of what that room looked like, and I knew it was in the back of my head.
I just closed the door.
That's what the other one is. I pretend like the other one doesn't exist. But I was just cleaning it up, and I was going through kind of like some of my bookshelf, and I was like, I have a couple of these I could throw in the rack that's next to the toilet in there. Mm-hmm. I was like, I should just do that. But I was looking at these, I was like, man, if these were hard-covered, or, like printed, which I know they are, but like if I could get that in a print version, I would just shove the thing full of stupid books. It'd be way too entertaining.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
It's a good time, really is. That being said, we only have one question comment for this week. That's all the deals. I mean, we could talk about the monthly deals, but I feel like we'll recap those at the end of the month. They're nothing to... we've already called them out, and if you missed it in the previous episodes, go listen to that. Or wait till the end of the month when we tell you it's almost too late to get them and make you go into a panic. We incite panic.
I wish.
Yeah. I wish I incited. Never mind. Our question/comment for this week comes from a legend, one might call him, both in game design, culture, Japan, actually just the Asian community as a whole, nerddom, Nintendo.
This is a long opening.
There's a lot of titles he could have. Friend of Jeff Keighley, probably.
Okay. Kojima?
No.
Oh.
I said Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
One of our more lovable people, because he is always a jolly old soul. He has been banned from riding his bike to work, for they are worried about his potential safety, and that they do not want to lose him as he rides to work.
I kind of like want to be
this man's name.
But I wouldn't at the same time.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, man, can you imagine being that important that your company's like, listen, we'll pick you up, stop riding a bike. Like, I'll put a bike in your office. You can ride it in there. You still want to get your exercise, but I need you alive to make games. Because that man's name is Shigeru Miyamoto.
Oh, Miyamoto.
Good old Miyamoto.
Of course.
And he says, you guys are doing a great job with the podcast. Keep it up.
Oh.
Weird, right?
Thanks.
Miyamoto listens to this?
Thanks.
Does he have a translator? I don't know. Can he speak English? I think he can speak broken English.
Probably.
I don't really shit on Nintendo. That's Matt. So all I'm saying, Miyamoto, is I'll come hang out and we can leave Matt somewhere and we'll just go tour Japan together.
I mean, I'll come to Japan. I just won't care about hanging out with you.
Wow.
No,
just
kidding.
I mean, I would genuinely go hang out with Miyamoto.
I mean,
that would be.
It sounds cool, but I feel like in actuality, it'd just be awkward.
I would just want a day like with him at Nintendo, like kind of almost like fly on the wall situation. Like I know that would be impossible. But
yeah, just like follow him around, see what he does.
Like, I just kind of want to see where your fucking head comes from. Like, how the hell do you develop what you do and then go, oh yeah, that's right, you wanted Mario? What if I gave you more Mario? Oh, you like that Mario? I'll give you even more Mario. And you're like, how do these games feel the same but different and are always enjoyable? What are you doing in that game, huh? You putting a little cocaine in there?
That's what I was gonna say.
It's like the cartridge.
Sprinkling cocaine in the cartridge.
Is the cartridge laced with cocaine? So every time I have to blow, it just kind of inherently hits me in the face and I get high. What are you doing there? You got bright colors and stuff?
That'd be so funny.
That'd be one hell of a thing if you're like, man, we got you guys to enjoy this game because every time you have to touch the disc to put it in your system, you get a little contact high because it just permeates right through your skin, and all of a sudden, all you know is you're chasing a dragon that you can never catch. Anyway, thanks, Miyamoto. We appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. And hey, we talked about you guys this week, so it was like perfect timing to write in. That's all I'm saying. Nintendo doing good things. Best company in the world. Like, well, I have nothing bad to say. I mean, just why is your online service going to be a piece of shit? Not the service itself. Like this app thing. Come on, what are protecting the kids? Anyway, I really wish Mr. Sega was still around, but I can't get into that because that's going to get like Monkey King racist. Oh, did I take out the kids? Anyway, bye.